Hey, welcome to another episode of the Evolved Dad Shortcast. So, I like to talk about the journey of going from being a father to a dad, or being the biological parent of this child, to becoming the parent of this child that's going to give them the tools for them to succeed in life. And part of that is showing up with firm conviction, day in, day out, as to what you're doing. And you may find that you're showing up with a firm conviction, but every few days or every few weeks, maybe every few months, you're changing your message. And this is not uncommon because we have conversations with relatives, friends, maybe watching stuff on social media, and they all give us different viewpoints as to how we should approach parenting, how we should approach relationships, both the relationship that you have with your wife, the relationship you have with yourself, which are both important. And the issue is, without a strong focus, you can't lead with conviction. You can't be a strong leader. You can't be the dad that's going to show up and show your kids how to overcome and to grow in life if you're the one that's floundering yourself. You can't expect that your wife is going to walk behind you or walk with you on this path if you're not showing up with strength and conviction. That's what's important. The importance is for you to have that conviction. So the question is, how do you get to that point? What does it take? Yeah, my relatives are telling me one thing. Social media is telling me something else. My coworkers all have their own opinions. So how do I do this? So the first thing to do is to start with understanding where you want to get to. What are your goals? What are your goals as a spouse? What are your goals as a dad? What are your goals as you? And each one of those is important to very clearly define because each one of those plays into the big picture. And many people get caught up and say, no, I'll take care of myself later. But it's not true. It can't work like that. If you put yourself to the side, you can either burn yourself down or you're just going to be an empty shell of a person. Then there is no dad. There is no husband. So that's the most important person there. Then when it comes to your relationship with your wife, to have that understanding between the two of you, have the open conversations to discuss where this marriage is going. What are your goals? What are your big picture goals? How are you going to thrive together? Not only thrive together, but how are you going to impart everything that you've learned and you're learning over to your children? And then when it comes to the relationship with your children, how are you going to grow that? Are you having open conversations with them? That's really what it comes down to. The focus, knowing where you're taking things. And the only way to be able to show up with conviction every single day and to make that progress, not making the progress on the latest fad, because making progress on the latest fad will get you 1% better until you switch to the next one. Then you lost all your progress. All those days, all those weeks, those months, those years, they're gone. And we're not going to focus on the past. We're looking to the future. We're looking to build. We're looking to grow. Take what you have now and build on it. Because what's gone is gone. There's nothing to do about it now. So to start with, how I always like to take this is to start with the perfect day exercise. Start with figuring out, what does your perfect day look like? Because when it comes down to it, the happier and more fulfilled that you are, the happier and more fulfilled all your relationships are going to become. Be that the relationship with your wife, be that the relationship with your children. And when they see that you're happy, fulfilled, it's going to make them happy and happy as well. And you're going to give over to them that, yes, it's important to have hobbies. It's important to have self-care. Take care of yourself. There's no one else but you. You're the only you. There's never going to be any other you. So take that time for yourself. And you want that for your kids. No dad is going to say, I don't want my kids to feel fulfilled and happy and satisfied with life. Of course not. The opposite. They want their kids to be fulfilled. And if you ask any husband, they'll say the same thing about their wife. And if you're not saying that about your wife or your kids, there's a problem. You got to figure out what that problem is. But that's a problem. So realizing that you've got to start with you. Take it back to the perfect day exercise and build on that. And through that, you're going to be able to build your daily habits. Have a sit-down conversation with your wife about your relationship, about where you're going to take your marriage, what amazing things you guys are going to accomplish in life, how you're going to give over so many awesome things to your kids, so many tools that they're going to thrive. Have those conversations with your kids. See where they want to go in life. What do they want to do? How can you help them? Maybe just, taking a walk with you, even once a week, can help bring them more fulfillment. Maybe they'll feel better about themselves. Who knows? But have those conversations. And then when you build your perfect day, you can add these little pieces in. Even if it's only taking 5 minutes at this point to spend with your kids. So you got to start somewhere. You're not going to try starting on the top rung of a ladder. You got to climb up one step at a time, one rung at a time. You're not going to expect that your marriage is going to be perfect tomorrow. It's going to take time. But you're going to see as you progress along the way how much better you feel. And you're going to prove to yourself, you're going to prove to your wife, you're going to prove to your kids, I can do it. I'm going to do it, and I'm doing it. Will I fall back at points? 100%. But that doesn't make that I'm going to fail. I'm going to get back up, and I'm going to keep going. And that in and of itself is an amazing lesson to teach your wife and to teach your kids. But it all starts with you. And you have to make a decision where you want life to go. Once you've made that decision, opportunities are endless. And you're going to see. Your wife is going to follow you. Your kids are going to follow you. And they're going to be proud of you. And not only will you gain joy and fulfillment and a level of love and appreciation for your family that you've never had before, but it's going to go over to your wife and your kids as well. And you're going to see how they start to thrive. That's really all it takes. Take a pen, take a paper, sit down, start writing. As always, I appreciate you spending your time with me today. This is Jonathan, the Evolved Dad, signing off.